Hi everyone, it's Deja Yebmir from crocheteverafter.com, and I'm going to show you how to single crochet into a ring. So this is not like a magic adjustable loop. This is where you actually want a center ring to show. So maybe for a doily or a granny square, it could be for many different projects, but this is going to show you how to do that, put the ring together and single crochet into it. Let's get started. We're going to single crochet into a center ring. This will be used whenever you want that hole in the center of your project to actually be visible. It won't be that big, it'll be more like that. But you'll usually start off with a chain 4, almost for all stitches, because you don't really need that big of a hole to work into. If you want a bigger hole, if you want a hole that size, you can chain till you get that big of a hole and then fill it up with as many stitches as you need to fill it up. But to work just kind of a basic circle, you're only going to need about 4. Now, since it doesn't matter if this ring is twisted or not, you don't have to worry about how you join it. You can just go right over here to this last chain and join it with a slip stitch. Reason being is you're not working into any of these chains, you're working around them. So it doesn't matter if they're twisted, upside down, cross-eyed, they will work just the same. So I am going to put 6 single crochets into the center of my ring. Now you just have to be a little careful because with this chain 4, the actual little hole is kind of small until you start working into it. So just make sure that you get into the center of it when you start working your chains. What I want to do though is chain 1 for my height, and then I'm going to start working in the center. So I'm going to put my hook through the center of that ring, and you can crochet around this tail to weave it in. Instead of having to sew it in at the end, you can go ahead and just crochet around it, and that'll make less of a tail to weave in at the end. It'll help secure it. Then I'm going to yarn over and pull up my loop and just do my regular single crochet. And you'll see that my hole is already opened up a little bit. So I'm going to work back in through that center hole, yarn over and pull up the loop, yarn over and pull through both. You can see it'll stay about that size, it won't get much bigger. But I do 6 single crochets into this hole to fill it up. I can do more if I really wanted to squish them in, but to make a flat disc for single crochet, you will do 6 for the very first round. If my hole was bigger, you can see it's a little bit bigger after working into it. If I wanted to make a hole that big, I would have to put a lot more single crochets because I would need enough to go around the entire outside. But since my hole is pretty small, 6 will do it, and it will give me a nice multiple to work off of and keep it easier to keep track of. So I'm just joining it with a slip stitch, and that's going to complete that first round that you're working into the ring. Again, you can put more stitches into it if you need to. If you're designing for yourself, you can do multiples of 8 if you want, but the multiples of 6 for single crochet will give you that flat disc, and you can check out my increasing in single crochet video if you would like to learn more about that. But that is how you work into your center ring. Thank you for watching.